Hello everybody, Nadim and Gregg here for online tennis instruction, and we have another question from one of our students.
And the question is, particularly when they're hitting a topspin forehand, they seem to miss-hit a lot of shots. Now, there are two kinds of frames. Generally we get a top edge frame and a bottom edge frame. Now if you get a top edge frame, usually that's a good sign, and most likely you've got to contact the ball more out in front. But if you're getting a bottom edge frame or a different kind of frame, usually it's related to your head and your head shifting. So what you want to do is you really want to fix your eyes at the contact point. So if you control your eyes, it will then control your head. And your head to balance point. So if your head goes, your body goes. When the body goes, so the swing goes. So a good way to think about this is to make sure that you keep your eyes fixed at the contact point. Now you want to think of keep looking at contact until you've almost finished the stroke before looking up. But Nadim has a great drill for you to work on this. Let's take a look.
Okay, so what I'd like to do with students where this pertains to is, I would like for them to envision their contact point by replacing the ball they actually hit with a ball that's approximately lined up with the contact point. And what that basically needs you to do, asks you to do, is you want to not worry too much about the outcome. You want to worry about this particular fact holding true, that you are looking at that ball long after you hit your shot. Okay, so most of the time players want to pick up because they're curious of what's going on. That's why this mistake happens. You want to know where your shot goes. Well, if you're clean with what Gregg just said and make sure that you keep your eyes on that ball, on your racket strings or on that ball long enough, you won't change the trajectory of your body and therefore the trajectory of the string and so forth and so forth. So let's do this. Let me start by, can you give me one more? I'm going to do a couple of shadow swings first, followed by some self feeds, and then Gregg is going to feed me a few. So I want to make sure I get into my position, and then I'm really exaggerating, especially on the shadow swing, that my head doesn't go up at all because there is no ball at all. So why should I be looking onto the other side? Okay, so you can clearly see that my shot is executed and my head has stayed steady. Now let's do that with a self feed. So I'm going to go into my turn, my half turn here, feed the ball down, and then really take the tennis ball that I just hit, no longer worry about it, and find the ball on the ground. Let's do that one more time. Half unit turn, feed the ball, look at contact, and then find the other ball. You can see my posture remains very calm. One more time, and in this one I will show you the release when it should happen. So after the ball is long gone, now I can look up, but it will no longer impact the ball. So if you can see the ball flying over the net or long before it bounces on the other side of the net, that's when you know for a fact you have done this too early. So Gregg, can you feed me one or two just to show that third?
Sure. I want to make sure I feed the ball in a way so that Nadim is positioned where he can still see that ball. All right, so here we go, Nadim.
Half down and half down
and one more time.
Nice half turn down and up. And then my head is still steady. So at the beginning I really want you to exaggerate this and not see at all what's going on the other side. And then as you see, you're no longer hitting any frame shots, then you can make it a little bit more realistic in a sense where you do end up seeing where the ball goes, but make sure it's not happening too soon.